Hi, this is future DCEU Warriors Life, and Black Widow was clearly one of the biggest characters in the MCU, and Scarlett Johansson herself being the big movie star, she is brought a lot to the MCU by playing that character, but also as a person. That character that Scarlett Johansson embodied, and because Scarlett Johansson was such a likable person, I feel like it really brought huge audiences for the MCU and really increase ticket sales or sales in general for everything in the MCU. And Scarlett Johansson did not want to leave the MCU. They decided to throw off that cliff in Avengers Endgame for practically no reason at all. Clearly, the only reason that I can think of or jump to a conclusion why Black Widow was eliminated, because they don't like paying Scarlett Johansson that paycheck, and also her character doesn't bring that woke audience. Her character's not woke in the slightest, and Scarlett Johansson herself is not really heavily political at all. Therefore, for that reason, she does not fit into the future of the MCU. They want an MCU that's woke and shoving politics down everyone's throats. They want it filled with women that carry that woke agenda. That's why we've seen Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and several other characters take a big leap in the MCU and have increased roles in the MCU over some of the characters that people actually like that happen to be women. Gamora's even being pushed out, even though I feel like they wrote that character and did that character more or less very dirty in Avengers Endgame. And Scarlet Witch, well, she's another one that got axed that people actually like. Just clearly, Disney don't understand women, clearly, because they've got rid of all the best written characters or wrote them in a way that's definitely hurt the characters overall, while these new female characters we're getting are never going to be liked because they're so shoved, contrived, and badly written, and all about some kind of political agenda that you have to accept. Otherwise, you're some kind of bigot. That's Disney's angle in forcing this woman MCU agenda down your throat and forcing this whole diverse MCU that people don't really want because it's not well written at all, and that's why it's being rejected. And I feel like in a few years' time, they're going to beg for Scarlett Johansson back in the MCU and want her back to resuscitate the MCU or save it, because in a few years the MCU will be pretty much dead because they had shoved and gone through so far into this woke narrative with the MCU that no one will want anything to do with the MCU or any of the content that the MCU releases, and Disney will only have themselves to blame because they'll think we shouldn't have got rid of some of these women if we wanted to have such a female heavy MCU in the future that actually worked. Black Widow was one of those female characters that worked heavily, and Scarlett Johansson herself, if you look at the MCU movies and content, you'll see she brought a huge audience, considering she was one of the only few stars that really had an audience outside of the MCU and pretty much a career outside of the MCU. So I'd love to hear your comments below of what you think about Scarlett Johansson being the power player she is for the MCU in recent years, and now no longer that power player because she was axed, which is stupid and dumb on Disney's part because they're pushing this woman agenda, which clearly is not going to work considering they're badly written characters they're shoving down everyone's throat. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button, give this video a like, and click that notification bell to support this channel. So thank you for watching, and it's goodbye from me for now.